Hello and welcome to my new video. This is going to be a little different. It's a haul video, but it's all artwork. I am a huge fan of going to thrift stores, Goodwills, and going through the artwork because you just never know what you're going to find. And I found some really interesting pieces in there. These are pretty much everything that I'm going to be showing today are things that are for sale. My name is Trisha. Welcome to the video. I am a part-time eBay and Poshmark reseller, and my store name is Sandy and Otto, and these items are currently for sale in my store. And sorry for the little bit of handheld. I'm going to put the camera down on the tripod and focus in on the art that I have kind of set up behind me ready to go, and just talk about what things I look for while I'm in the thrift store looking for art, and some of the things that really drew me to these particular items that I have for sale. Now, one of the challenges with art is, of course, the size and the shipping costs. And these, though, these are all large pieces. I am kind of starting with large. I have a whole bunch to go through, but I'm going to do them in little segments here. And I'm going to put the tripod down and get it kind of focused in on the first piece here, and we'll go from here. I really feel that these all have, they're worth saving, worth trying to save and find a new home for, because they are just really delightful pieces. The first one is this DeGrazia, a Southwest artist. I believe he was Italian, but really fell in love with Southwest area and painted mostly in these types of colors and this style. This is from 1971. It does say DeGrazia and then Arizona, USA, 1971 down on the bottom, and I will get a little closer up of that. And what I loved, number one, was how cute this girl is, the beautiful colors, but also this one, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in the frame to be able to see there. You can kind of see with the light reflecting off of it, but it actually does have brush strokes on it. I do not believe this is an original, but I believe that there was something laid over it and then brush strokes put in to give it some texture and some depth to the artwork. But on the back, what I really liked about this particular one, and again, things that I'm kind of looking for, is that this was professionally framed. The edges are really nice. It has the backing on it. It does have the sticker up here of who did it, and then down below it has the description of what this is from the gallery that it came from. And so I really do like having, in my personal collection, art that whoever had made it felt like it needed to be professionally mounted and framed on the back. So I really like that. This next piece is just, it was just too darn cute to leave behind. It's Robin from Batman and Robin, but it's a monkey. Just way, way, way too cute to leave that behind. I love it. Absolutely love it. Now this one is not professionally done with the framing, and it's just a frame. And I believe this one even I have on the listing that I would ship this out without the frame if the purchaser really wanted just the artwork without the weight and the dimensions of the frame. I definitely could do that. It does have a cute little mat on it, but I mean, way too cute. Had to take that and at least try to find a good home for that. This next one is just a fantastic farmhouse style rooster, and I love the graphics behind the rooster, like it's a folded piece of paper that's been written on. The frame itself is kind of whitewashed, distressed, and I really like it. and it's called, I actually could not see this at first either. It's called Babel, and I believe it says 1994 on here. And when I looked it up, I have my computer here to kind of help me with some of the information on here. And this was done by a woman named Borschgrave, and I am probably not pronouncing that correctly. What is her name? Let me get down here. Her name is Isabel de Borschgrave, and she does a lot of rooster art, mostly ceramics, and so this was a really interesting piece from her. This again was professionally framed, and it was framed, I'm up in Western Washington, and this was framed in Bellevue, Washington. There's some information down there. And yeah, so I just really thought, let me get a little close up here of the distressing kind of whitewash look, but great for farmhouse style, great for a kitchen, but definitely one of those fantastic pieces you come across that deserves a second chance for a home. And the next one is a really fun piece. It's a needlepoint. The frame is rough on this. There is no glass on this cover, but it is a hand-done needlepoint, very evenly stitched, very impressive on that. And again, this is a very, very big frame. But again, this was professionally framed, and it was done especially for these nice people down here. But yeah, I really like handmade. A lot of care went into making this. And again, the stitches are very uniform. It's a beautiful piece, nice and big. Lighthouse, sailboats, and the beautiful ocean waves coming in. Really nice piece. This one is done by a very well-known Southwest artist that I am looking up right now because I do not remember this person's name off the top of my head. Amado Pena. And this actually, I was very confused when I saw others of this example and saw that this had been framed well inside the piece of art. There's a lot of art out here that you can't see in this, which is kind of a shame. It's a beautifully matted frame, but yeah, it was very strange that it was done in this particular way. This piece, which I did find, is called Grandma the Storyteller, with everyone around listening to her stories. And this again was professionally framed, and this was done in Bristol, Virginia, which is very interesting. So somebody purchased this, I would imagine, on vacation somewhere in the Southwest, and then had it framed when they got home. But it's a gorgeous piece, very, very gorgeous. The frame is in rough condition, but this piece is just fabulous. Next up is this Story People piece, which is a series of pieces. There's one to the son. This one is for the daughter. There has never been a day when I have not been proud of you, I said to my daughter. And then the other one is the same picture, but it says I said to my son. Though some days I'm louder about other stuff, so it's easy to miss that. And this is dated 2000 on here down at the bottom. Really nice piece, nice saying, fantastic gift from a parent to a daughter. This is in a horribly heavy frame, And again, this one I said I would be very glad to ship out without the frame, because it is in rough shape and really isn't needed. But this artwork, really loved it, thought it was a very special piece and a very sweet saying to a daughter. And so definitely worth. It's called Quiet Pride is the is I guess the series that it is part of. And next up I have two pieces that are fabulous examples of 1980s kind of pastel work. And I move that just a little closer. There. Both are hummingbirds. Both are by an artist called Bob Harrison, who in the same style does artwork with cats in it. And this happens to be two that he did with hummingbirds. And these beautiful flowers. And those are going to go. So fix that real quick. But yeah, just a beautiful example of nice, soft 80s pastel work on these. But really lovely, sweet pictures, especially for hummingbird lovers. Beautiful works. And again, deserving of a second chance. Next up is a really fun New Orleans piece. This is by, it's called, the artist is Kay Engelhart, and I'm not sure, it could be Ken. I saw a few examples where it could be Ken, so I'm not 100% sure of the artist's first name. But this is a really nice scene. This is 1987. Nice scene of Bourbon Street. There is a street sign right here for Bourbon Street. And this is the Royal Sonata Hotel. But just a really nice piece. Not professionally done. Well, kind of. This in particular, this type of frame, I really do look for this frame, excuse me, as I do see this a lot. This is a very high quality kind of frame that you would get if you took it to like a Joann's or a Michael's or even Hobby Lobby and had a frame made. So when I see these types of frames, I am very drawn to the art in it because somebody did take the time to have this frame made. And these days, these types of frames can cost $40, $50, $60 to have them made. So you know that the person did spend money, and this piece was important to them. So it's worth taking a look at the art that's inside. And again, this is a really nice piece of New Orleans art. Next up, again, same style frame on this one. That same look to it. This is Innsbruck, and this is 19... Now I'm going to forget, and I don't know if I can see that. This is by an artist that has a very hard name to pronounce. I'm not even going to really even try to. It is spelled R-I-E-T, oh, I guess maybe Reitmeyer, I guess. And this is a 1983 piece, again, with those really nice pastels that you find in the 80s. And this is an Innsbruck scene. And this, I guess, is a very famous building called the Theodore Frank. And I did actually look up, did a Google search for Theodore Frank, and it still pretty much looks like this. So yeah, so that's kind of fun. But this is another really beautiful scene, nicely matted, and again, that nice frame that I like to find that shows that that piece meant something to someone, and they did opt to have it framed. This again is another one of those frames, and this was done, I'm guessing, probably by a gallery. This is by an artist, G.E. Mullen, and a lot of these sweeping colors, I would imagine this again is somewhere from the 80s because of the color palette. Nice Southwest art. This is called Sweeping. It is down here, but it is called Sweeping, G.E. Mullen, and some information about the artist. But again, a beautiful piece. And this one, this is just too cute. I couldn't stand leaving this one behind. I had to take it with me and try to find new life in this. This is a cat band. You can see the cat, and there's a pug on guitar. Little mouse down here with earphones listening to the music. And this really cute mouse mat on it. This is by Carolyn Kirkwood Buell, and it's called Making Music, M-E-W-S-I-C. But absolutely darling, really, really cute. Now on the back, this again was a made frame, and this was a gift to someone in 2003. And they have probably moved on in their taste of art, but loved that and had to try to find a new home for it. And last up here are these two items that are crewel embroidery work. I'll put them side by side here a bit, try to get them both in frames. They do have matching frames, so they were, I'm guessing, done by the same person. These are pheasants, and this is called, I think, Family Outing. These are little chicks down here, little baby birds. And I did find these as embroidery kits, but nothing that had been completed, and I believe even that these were pillows originally. But they're just beautiful hand done, kind of homemade type frames for both of these. But again, love it when it's hand done and really, really nicely hand done. So those definitely deserve to try to find a new home for those. And the last two pieces are ones that are from my personal collection, but I just wanted to kind of go through real quick. Again, things that I kind of look for when I'm looking for art for my house and things that I'm going to enjoy. This is a really nice picture. It is down here, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it is hand signed in pencil down here. And on the back of the print, there again is information on the artist, which I always appreciate, being able to find information on the artist. And this is from North Carolina. So this is a beautiful scene. Not the best frame for this work of art. I will probably upgrade this at some point, but a really nice tranquil scene. And this last one, I have to say, wasn't really my personal style of art. However, these are some of the things, again, I look for. This is that nice frame that I was showing in the silver several times, examples of. But this is double framed. You can see how it has this inner layer also, and that the hanging wire is in between these. That is extra care for a piece of art. Somebody spent extra money to get that. I also noticed down here, even though this was framed at Joann's, that this is UV protected glass that is on here. Again, that is an upgrade. So the frame, expensive frame, upgraded expensive type frame, and UV protected glass, which again is an upgrade. Now again, not necessarily my style of artwork. This is done by Dana Flynn. It looks like in 2007. But somebody went to a lot of expense to have this particular piece framed. And the more you look at it, the more it kind of grows on you, you know, as a modern kind of abstract artwork. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things. Looking at the frame, um, this is a lot of money in this frame. Don't know anything about the artist. I'll definitely do some research. I haven't had this piece very long to be able to do some research on it. But yeah, you know, again, some of those things that I look for while I am in the thrift store that kind of draws me to different pieces. So thanks for watching, and appreciate your time. And I will have another grouping of art at some point. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, all the art I showed except for the last two pieces is currently available in my store, and I will have links below. And if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time.